Thank you for watching this series on scrap journal sketches. I created these sketches from the ground up, and I hope they're useful for both scrapbooking and journaling. We're back with a new sketch for today. Today's sketch will call for a band down the left side, a 6-inch circle, and a place that's 4 by 6 for a journal or photo mat. Our first element we're going to cut will be this scrap of green from Epic Adventure. We want a 6-inch circle, and that is our largest custom cutting circle, the big one. And to get 6 inches, we're going to use the red blade. We're going to position our circle where we'd like to make our cut. The red blade cuts closest to the edge, and we will be cutting on the outer track. So that means we're going to put a bit of washi. And by the way, these are the same pieces of washi I've used in the previous videos. So the same little pieces will last for several uses. And the purpose, if you're new, if this is your first video with me, why I use the washi tape is to prevent my template from shifting and sliding. It helps to hold it in place. In case I miss a spot, I get a second chance. I'm making sure that I get these 2 little dots right here inside the tracks nice and snug. And yes, I'm using the old blades because they're still working, and I'm going to use them until they get so dull that it's time to go to the new ones, and that's fine with me. Okay. When my paper shifts like that, I know I have made a clean cut all the way around. So this old red blade lasts a long, long time. So one of the things I'm trying to do with this project is to use my scraps. I'm going to cut this piece at a 4 by 6 to use a bit more of this paper. Projects like this are great for using up your scraps. If you have a lot of scraps in your craft room, consider a scrap journal. Now, because I'm not going to want a dinosaur themed paper, I'm going to take this piece of white and cover it up to make it a journaling mat. And now you cannot tell that that design is dinosaurs. Okay, but while I have the trimmer out though, I'm going to cut the next piece, which is the 1.5 inch wide band. But I have a little problem. My piece of paper is not fully 10 inches long. It's not going to be long enough. So my solution to this is going to be to cut 2 strips, and I'll weld them together. So using the measurements on the right hand side of my trimmer, I'm cutting my first 1.5 inch piece, and now actually I'll cut my second using the measurements on the left side. And so I can piece these together eventually to I'll get, I wonder what it would take. Oh, somewhere about right there. If I were to weld those two pieces together, you would not know that they were slightly off. Wow, that is amazing. You know what? I'm going to do that right now. I'm going to hold it down with a piece of, with some repositionable. Let's lift this up and put some repo in there to hold this together for right now. Oh, that was an unexpected happiness. And now I have, we have this. I'm going to go ahead and put this on. So not only do I have dinosaurs, I have sideways dinosaurs. So now you can't tell, but this is sideways dinosaurs. I have a welded together piece like here. And wow, I can't even tell. There's, I think, my welding right there. So if I put my piece right there, you can't even tell. And last but not least, our 6-inch circle. But you know what? This 6-inch circle is barely holding on. Let's see how. So I have a couple of choices here. I can move my circle over a bit. And according to the sketch, it looks more like this, but it also looks like, I think I want more circles showing at the top and the bottom. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to cut my circle in half. And this beloved 12-inch trimmer will help make that easy. Cutting a circle in half with your 12-inch trimmer just by resting it up against these notches is a breeze. Because I'm resting the circle against these two notches, I don't have to do any measuring. But if you do notice, the circle comes right over here to this 3-inch line. So it works. Now, while I don't have to worry about cutting my circle in half, I do want my circle to be straight because there is a pattern. So I'm going to try to spin it until I feel that it's going to give me a nice straight horizontal cut. Checking one more time, it's resting on these notches, and cut it in half. So now I have my 6-inch circle cut in half, and I'm going to put it in, and I like that so much better. And now our sketch calls for an embellishment here and an embellishment here. Let's see what we find. I decided I want another journaling spot. So I'm going to create another mat. I'm going to cut a light blue piece with the green blade this time. And then I'll cut a white piece to write on. I used my washi tape on the outside because this time I'm using the inside track. So I've made my blue matte. So this time I'm going to use the blue blade. And this is the largest circle. I think it's ready to go right into our journal here. Now, will I put more decoration here and elsewhere? Yes. May the 4th. We attended a Star Wars trivia contest, but only got a few of the answers correct. Then we stayed for a cartoon theme song trivia contest. We got more of those answers correct. I'm going to take our extra long strip, and now that we know we want to keep it, I'm going to put more adhesive on it, and I'm going to cut it at 10 inches. We will trim it at the 10 inches. And it's ready to go in our journal. And I'm thinking this is a great layout made with scraps. I'm going to use my ruler and kind of put it up against the jeeping, and that will help me. Now I want the bottom one to come in at about 1 1/2 inches lower. And then once again, I'll put this up against the jeeping. And I like how that helped me get that on straight. I have to actually feel to see where I weld it together. I'm actually going to put this on near the bottom first and put this one on last. Now what will I put there? It shows a flag banner, but I want to try something different. I put the banners on nearly every page. So let me check what I have in my stickers and I'll be back. So I searched through my punches and stickers and I decided that the gum leaf decorative punch, which is an older CM punch, it is discontinued. If you can find it out there somewhere, is a lovely embellishment. And because of the blue down here and the blue over here, I'm thinking blue would be the right color to carry up here. And so I'm going to put in this paper. Now when we're dealing with scraps, I tried to look inside of my punch to see if my paper is big enough for the whole design to get through. Oh yes, I have plenty of space over here. You look down into your punch. So I'm not sure if this is going to work. I don't know if you can see down into the inner workings of the punch, but I like to look down in there, and it does look like the cutting part of the punch will cover the paper. It's in there. And so let's see. Oh, yes. This is a beauty. And if this is a product you'd like to see come back, it's called Gum Leaf. And we'll put that right up there. And that is a lovely touch. There are other punches that could also be used, more recent punches, or a punch that would fit any idea or theme that you may have. And one more layout in our scrap journal. Thank you for watching. If these videos have been helpful to you, please leave a comment to let me know you would like to continue to see more of them. And thank you so very much for watching.